Hi guys, my name is Meads. This is going to be a review for the Robot Spirits or Robot Damacy 00 Quanta from the 00 Gundam series. It's actually kind of interesting. I went and visited Tatsu Hobby, that's where I got this from. And a friend of mine asked me if I can pick up some stuff for him, and one of them is this one, the 00 Quanta. And it kind of makes me wonder, maybe I should pick one myself as well. And although I already have the mold kit version of this one, along with the Full Saber, it's always interesting to have the figure, kind of have a good comparison. Actually, I've been only buying Robot Damacy versions of Mobile Suit or Gundams that are not haven't made in mold kit form yet, or those variants. But lately I find myself buying even the mainstream Gundams as well. It's just cool to have, and sometimes they have a little bit of different perks than you can get from the mold kit. And yeah. Well, maybe this review will give me a little bit more insights, or kind of like a difference between buying a figure or buying a mold kit. Alright, anyways, here's the box art. You got the box window. You have the GN shield here with the GN bits. And you can transform this to the GN Sword 5 right here. Pretty cool. Either the blaster or the Buster Sword. And it does come with apparently a ring to put all the bits out. That's good. And I think at one point there's a high demand for the 00 Quanta till they, I guess, re-released it. Yep. There we go. Alright, let's take a look inside. Alright, a quick side-by-side comparison with the high grade. And again, I do have the Full Saber on my high grade right here. And to be honest, they're not far off. I did some modification in terms of paint app on mine. I add a little bit of gray on here and there. But overall, it's almost like you're getting the mold kit form as well. Yep. There are a few differences which I'll go over in a bit. But yeah, I'm liking it so far. Alright, this figure can stand on its own without much problem. As you might think that the shield will weigh down the left side, but not really. It's actually lightweight. Yep. In terms of details, this is just amazing. Yep. You got this clear parts here for the GN condensers are on his body. You get the GN drive there. You get the GN shield. And you see that some of the clear parts there needs to be a little cleanup needed on the snub marks. And yeah, overall it looks great. Now just to quickly go over the articulation. You have the neck here, which offers a good articulation there. Then you have the shoulder. I think the shoulder armor, it's on a separate hinge on top. Then you get the elbow 90-degree bend, and then you get the wrist movement. The blue part is actually jointed, and you have the wrist right there. Now this part, you have to attach this separately on the like a peg right there. There's this kind of like I kind of forgot, but similar to a high grade, you can open this up and you can it's kind of like the GN particle disperser or something. It dispenses that over there. But the top part has a clear green piece too, which you can rotate. It's kind of hard to do right now. This thing swivel, and we can just rotate it back there on the left shoulder. On the right, you have this kind of like forearm guard here, the blue part, which is detachable. Then you have a separate hand here to hold the GN sword, which tabs on top right here. That's really cool. Then if you want, you can turn this around and it becomes the GN blaster. Probably need to use the other hand, but nonetheless you can still use the angled one. Yep. And I think that's something you don't have on the high grade, that angled arm or angled hand, which is great to have. Now for the bicep, or sorry, the waist, you got a bit of abdomen movement there. the ways you can rotate. Get the side skirt, a bit on the back skirt, the waist here, the knee. Yeah, that's a really great articulation. Kind of wish this one gets covered a little bit more, but you know, not too bad. On the back side here. See, for the GN condenser, I always thought that it should be on both sides. I always paint, like the high grade, I painted green on both sides, but apparently it's only on one side. And you get the signature 00 ankle movement here with that joint, which gives you a really wide range if you need to. And I think, yep. Yeah, overall articulation is great. As expected for a 00 figure or 00 Gundam design. Now, in terms of other things here, you have a alternate V-fin. This is the flexible one, just in case you don't want to use the sturdy one here, and or in case you break it, or if you're gonna be playing it a lot, you probably go with the rubber one, which is great that they've provided that. Otherwise, you already have this is just a stand which pegs in underneath. Now this accessory is kind of interesting. I'm not too sure what this is for. I'll check this out. In the instructions, this one basically connects here, and I don't think the GN bits he can hold, but it seems like an extra beam, or maybe when he's throwing this. I'm not entirely sure. I can't remember on the show. Well, in the show, he hardly he hardly fought. Basically, the 00 Quan is like a pacifist Gundam. He just immobilized the enemies. He didn't really kill them. Yep, and I think that's that part. Let me see what else we have here. Alright, for the hands, it comes with closed fist. That's when the figure comes out of the box. You have a pair of open hands, and a pair for holding the weapons. So basically your bare essentials, you know, which is great. And plus you have an extra one for holding the GN sword. Alright, for the GN Buster 5 transformation, we have to remove the bits. And to do so, we can just take this out. And this one as well. There's a little tab there. There we go. It's actually nice that it folds up. And it just becomes a shield on the side here. Similarly, that's how it is designed. You know, I kind of wish you can do something more other than a bare shield. Then on this one, we're gonna swap this out. Before we put it on the GN or 00 Quanta, this part here is the kind of like a swap-on part. It's the same thing with the high grades. I don't think there is a way to transform this into this part here. It would be cool if they ever did that on some kind of crazy upscaled version of this, but who knows. This one, we take this out. There's a little tab there, folds in. Same thing with this one here, folds in. So for this one, I would attach this one first on here. Similarly, you do the same thing on this one here. Now that's attached, I'm gonna use the other parts to just connect everything and form the Buster sword. And this one's here, the longer parts, goes on top. And there we go. Almost there. Yeah, it's a unique blade. Wait, try to get this thing. There we go. It's a very interesting blade. It's kind of huge too. It kind of makes you wonder how is he able to wield that. But do remember that he is fighting in space, so the weight doesn't really matter much. But if it's fighting on Earth or some kind of planetary with gravity, yeah, that might be something to worry about. But also remember that the GN particles is what gives propulsion to the Gundam, and basically it's flying through the GN particles. So it makes everything lightweight for him. Now again, we can transfer this one. We're gonna turn this around, and you get the really huge GN spatula blaster. And I think that's pretty much it for this figure. I almost forgot to talk about this. More than likely I'm not going to be using it, and you still need to buy a Tamashii Stage Jack, either 4 or 5. But yeah, this is it. Yeah, I'm not going to use this one. I just want to show that you can also have the GN shield on the back, kind of like a backpack. It's a nice pose also. Now getting back to the figure versus small kit, I have to say that whatever pose you can do with a high grade, you can do that on the figure as well. But there are certain things, like in terms of accessories of the hands, you have more variety with the figure. I don't think you have an open hand like as such on the high grade. Especially high grade is really limited sometimes in terms of what they give you. And even that angled one, I can't remember if the high grade has that angled hand. But nonetheless, it really up to the person in terms of building the kit and painting it to look like the figure. And more than often, it's kind of hard to do that. And it really depends on how skilled you are in terms of painting or detailing your mold kit. For me, it's kind of hard to really say if I'm a definite mold kit person or I would go with a figure. Again, it goes with the budget, the time, and a lot of factors. But for me, if I already have this boat, I still will go with the mold kit because it's something that I built and proud of. And when I have it on display, someone asks, "Oh, that's cool. Did you build that?" Since I've already told them that I've been building Gundam mold kits, and I could probably say yes. So there are times when I have to say, well, that's already a figure, it's already pre-built. And there are times like, oh, that one I built that myself. And it's just an added thing of having a mold kit that you build your own. But otherwise, in terms of structure, again, you get more solid as it is a figure. I guess you can also do the same thing with a mold kit when you fuse everything with super glue or have it or a hobby cement, and just have everything intact. But again, it's the effort you put into it. I think that's about it. Otherwise, I would highly recommend getting your Robot Damashii Quanta. It's a really nice figure. And again, I got mine from Tatsu Hobby. I'll provide the link down below. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section. Otherwise, that's about it. So until then, this is Meads. Thanks for watching.